everybody, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in for our review. Cloak and Dagger, we got a double header here, episodes 5 and 6. This is Ian here, along with Chris.
Yeah. Princeton Offense and Funhouse Mirrors. Yeah.
As we've been following the path of this, trying to see the trajectory of where things were going to go, I think it's safe to say our mutual hope was that we'd see more of possible superhero escapades, more of these two escalating their powers, stepping into the full roles that we know in the comics. And of course, that doesn't happen instantaneously.
Faster pace.
Yeah, in a faster pace, and just for things to be revealed. But
better dialogue.
We can keep going on. These episodes really fall short of that. One thing that we're really getting caught up down to the episode titles, and you even said that, especially with Princeton Offense, you even get an idea of what you're getting into here. One of our fears has really come true here, and that is a lot of the school issues, the drama issues, really hampering the pacing of this from a hero story and everything. And okay, if you want to say it's because it's on freeform. If you want to say, well, it's because they're young. Well, it's because of adolescence. Well, it's because of high school. Yeah, I get all that. But
I did. Yeah, I mean, okay. I tried not. In fact, I had to push Ian along on this one a little bit, and before this started airing, and the first few episodes are pretty good.
Yeah,
premiere was good. As we've gone on into this season, and as you can see it in the acting, you can see it in the writing, you can see it in the story. This is being, Stretch Armstrong, stretching out this concept, and I feel like we're watching much less of these two young characters learning to deal with what's happened to them, and more of these two young characters learning to cope in their young teenage lives. Right. No, there's yet to even be one. Not that I caught, because I actually skimmed through these last two episodes. I didn't watch them all the way through like I normally would for everything else that I ever review. One, because time constraints, and two, because this was driving me crazy. In particular, these last two episodes, the dialogue. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it's just. And everything's way too convenient, and everything's intertwined way too much, and it's just, we're done. We're done.
Yeah,
we're done. Princeton Offense and Funhouse Mirrors, our last reviews for Cloak and Dagger, the TV show, and maybe if this show sticks around, a few years from now, I'll tune in, and sure. I will see that they have made they've converted this into a much different scenario. I have a feeling that instead we're going to be dealing with one of them's in college and one of them's upset because they're not in college.
Yeah.
And in the weird ways that their powers, which after 3 or 4 years they still don't completely understand or comprehend, or are affecting one's schoolwork and the other one's relationship.
Right.
And it's No, these are bite-sized little things that we should be seeing in an episode or two, not dragged out through half a season.
By all means, do not expect your link to Infinity War here. Don't expect a greater link, at least at the moment. Pointing to maybe Punisher or something. No, this is sort of in its own space right now in New Orleans. And to be fair, we really don't get a whole lot of trips into New Orleans anyway, so I mean, for that venture, hey, that's cool. I really like that concept and I dig it. But even looking at possible villains they could deal with, or other things that might be on the horizon, that's a little shady here, and I don't think we have a whole lot of foreshadowing to build that up in an exciting way for us. But let's dice these up. Looking at it, Princeton Offense is really more about state finals. Tyrone and his team, they've made it. Despite his team likes to throw some of their members in a room and lock them in and beat them. That's a good way to help prepare. Yeah. Besides all that, he makes it to finals, and during this time, Tandy starts doing her spelunking into Roxxon more, trying to make some more connections and try to get close to people who may be able to shed some more light on her father's untimely death. Now, she's pretty much embraced her powers at this point, really trying to go forward and use people's hopes against them, so to speak. Tyrone is really just still out in the woods with all this. His powers flip out and go berserk on him during the game, and he ends up teleporting during halftime to Tandy.
Yeah,
and Tandy helps him get back by explaining, look, you have to either be in a critical situation or start putting yourself into a certain amount of danger to actually, make this stuff work in your favor, which he does manage to get back just in time. But in large, to lose at that sucks.
So, I mean, his abilities were kind of stunning all the people that were touching him in the game and getting in his way, and then he chose.
You know what I really thought was going to happen with that scene. I really thought he was going to use that to his advantage for a second. I mean, yeah, I get it. You're tripping out everybody that touches you. You can't control it, but you're tripping them out really bad too. I'm thinking, like, dude, This is great. Just keep running into everybody. As long as they touch you, you're gonna have a clear shot.
I can appreciate the fact that they're kind of setting it up, like you said, Tandy's. She's embracing her powers, which are much, which do seem to be much more useful as far as a, Swiss Army light dagger, cut it all up. Which, by the way, I'm not totally sure how she's not cutting her own hand, but whatever. I give that a pass. But, she gets to see hopeful thoughts and stuff, whereas Tyrone has to see deepest, darkest secrets and things that scare them. And, yeah, that's a bit off-putting. I'd probably be like, yeah, your power's kind of nicer than mine.
Oh, man. For sure. So, and just the paths that they're going along to. With Tyrone, it's all about trying to nab the dirty cop that killed his brother. With Tandy, more of trying to, as in her quest to get answers, of course, she's going to unearth probably some unflattering stuff about Roxxon. And that really links into more of what the second episode is, confirming that it wasn't just oil Roxxon was drilling for. There was a much, much more combustible, highly flammable material. I don't name exactly what it is, but something really suspicious is being harvested or mined there. And Tandy tries to get close. She tries to get an internship. She gets busted pretty quick. Catches on to her game, figures out who she really is. The key is Tandy finds the daughter of someone who worked with her father. And she asks one too many questions about this girl's father, gets busted out, and ends up just coming clean with who she is. Getting a few answers at least. She visits this girl's father, who's in a comatose state, and at least gets some progress on his end, or her end rather. Whereas Tyrone still sort of out in the wilds, but the second episode is a lot more focused on the psychic sort of doing the narration. And this is what I was pointing out a little earlier. This is sometimes you have a chance to kind of build some foreshadowing or a potential villain or something or conflict. It's such a loose concept that we get here. I'm just going to call it the bad juju lady. The voodoo lady is referring to some kind of disaster that we have no idea what it is. And starting to put the pieces together, somehow Tyrone and Tandy represent this celestial pairing, or this blessed with divine powers of some sort. And she's really starting to put two and two together. She knows that Tyrone's special for some reason, and she's predicting some sort of disaster that's going to happen that the two of them together are going to have to team up to prevent. We got no idea what that is, so or much else on that for that matter.
Or I don't care.
No, or you just don't care. Yeah, that's the trouble I think with some of the cohesion you get here, and once again we get caught in a lot of the larger dramas. I mean, we're pretty deep on Tyrone's end on the drug bust and on the dirty cops and Connor, and then O'Reilly getting in deep. The cop is trying to play both sides. He's trying to get O'Reilly killed, in fact, and he fails at that. O'Reilly's a little quicker on the draw and manages to shoot who was supposed to kill her.
Which episode was that where she was having sex with the cop in the car?
That's when she was. That was a couple episodes ago.
Was that Princeton Offense? No, it was one of these two.
It had to be Princeton Offense.
Did that lead to anything?
That guy, besides that cop being worried about her,
Yeah,
that's it. I mean, basically the only thing he said since then. I mean, they work obviously in the same building. He's trying to keep her away, from from Connor and like the dirty cops and stuff. And I mean, he doesn't know all the details about this, but he knows that there's some places where you shouldn't go poke your nose, and he's trying to encourage her to keep out of it, but he doesn't get in her way. That's all he does is just kind of leave it there and say, don't mess with this.
And I caught that she's from New York.
Yeah.
So they'll probably make some reference to the incident.
Right.
Maybe at some point. Maybe that'll be the one reference to the greater MCU. Right. I'm a cop in New York, and we had the incident.
Man.
Get out of here with your incident.
My opinion now, until we have this fully forecasted, or unless it's like written out, I'm from here on out, man. Look, I don't care if it's Netflix, I don't care if it's Freeform. I'm not at this point. I don't think any of this stuff is going to relate to the greater MCU.
Yeah. It feels a lot like that.
It's just not going to happen, man. Like the most you might get is maybe like a Netflix tie-in or something that's like within its own same property.
Well, I do think that season 6 of The Shield will tie in to Infinity War.
Gotcha.
And that's because that's coming out sometime in April and May or something. I think that is intentionally going to lead into it. But yeah, I don't think we're still going to get Daredevil season 3.
Yep.
Iron Fist season 2 this year.
Yep.
No.
Undeal nothing.
And I wasn't expecting Cloak and Dagger 2, but I was expecting more references at this point. I mean, these are kids, and they're missing the opportunity to. Well, I wouldn't expect them to focus on it. I mean, I'm not even seeing kids wear like Hulk T-shirts,
right?
Or Iron Man, or something that has like Stark Industries or something. I'm not seeing any of that.
Right.
I mean, we're in high school. We saw in the Spider-Man movie where, they show the video of Captain America.
Yep.
I'm not seeing anything like that. I'm not seeing posters on the walls with Cap on them or something. Or, I'm not seeing anything like that anywhere.
Why do you think that this is skated so far from? Why is this something?
Because you have two people that don't like each other, and high up in Marvel Studios.
Yeah,
and that's it. I don't think the greater brass in Marvel Studios is putting much into this. I don't think they have much hope or weight to this show. They're just kind of like, well, he wanted to do another show. Freeform wanted to do a show. We have a contract. Blah blah blah. Actually, probably more because it's all owned by Disney, and Disney wanted to give a push to ABC Family's new vision.
Right.
Honestly, if you're listening to this and you enjoy Cloak and Dagger, enjoy Cloak and Dagger. Sure. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but for us. And we're kind of out of our demographic watching anything on Freeform anyways. Anybody can watch whatever they want, but generally speaking, we're not part of their demographics. But sometimes stations end up with TV shows that have nothing to do with their broader wheelhouse of shows, and I was hoping that would be the case here. Right. Is that this? We're going out of our demographics because we want to draw people in. We want to show that we're doing something else. And unfortunately, my first signs that probably wasn't the case was the ads that I had to endure during the commercial breaks. It's like, you're trying to push that. Oh, okay, all right. That's a shame.
Man,
that's a shame.
For the future, I don't know how much this matters to you. If you run into something like this, you pick up maybe watch it off of like Amazon or heck, even Freeform. Just skip ads. That's the thing. If you really want to.
Well, you should watch. If something has ads, watch the ads.
Right.
That's you gotta pay for it a little bit. They're putting it on for you. This stuff was not intended to be free.
Right.
You know, I go to the Freeform website and I watch it.
Yeah.
And that's
Same.
yeah. But hey, you know what? Good, you know, go Cloak and Dagger. Go do your Cloak and Dagger. But we'll see. We'll catch you on the flippity flip.
Yeah. Yeah. This is one. We're leaving in the rearview mirror for a while. We might turn back and catch back up with at some point. But that's gonna be a wrap.
All right. Well, no, hold on. We have to see it all the way through. Let's rate them.
Oh, that's true.
Princeton Offense. Let's give it 1 out of 5 cloaks.
I'm gonna give. Can we give a half? Torn cloak.
Yeah.
Okay, 2.5 out of 5.
All right, 1.
Fair enough.
There you go. And Funhouse Mirrors. 1 out of 5 daggers.
2.
1. I thoroughly, you know, look, and I know I'm sounding kind of like a jerk for it, but in all honesty, I was thoroughly unimpressed.
Yeah.
With these shows. I think I nearly lost my shit at the end of Funhouse Mirrors when Dirty Cop Guy is shooting at Tyrone and he just disappears.
Yeah.
And there's no effect when he disappears. There's only a little bit of shadow effect when he reappears.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? There should be a little bit of dark residue effect when he reappears, but there should be a huge, you know, like Nightcrawler. The effect that Nightcrawler leaves. That's what should be happening.
Yeah. But it was more just like he just kind of blinked out of reality.
It was more. It was. And I'm just here we go. Here we are. We are in full on. This is what Cloak and Dagger is going to be. And again, and if you're enjoying it, enjoy it. Please, and I mean that with all sincerity. And enjoy your show. I hope it goes on for a long time. I hope I hope this becomes something that a broader audience will enjoy.
Yeah. Same here.
And maybe I'll be back.
Maybe
I'll see them get dusted. Oh, that would be fun.
Hey, I would automatically jump up rating if something had the gall to actually relate to greater MCU like that. I'd love it. I'd love that.
Look, and this brings up a greater question that we had. How are they going to square that circle?
Yeah, see,
because
that's the thing.
Happens in this universe, so at some point they can't ignore it.
Nope.
They have to address this. They can ignore everything else, but that was a universal-wide incident.
Yep.
Half of everything living was dusted. What are they going to do? All right.
Pretend it didn't happen.
We'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see what the Netflix shows do. We'll have to see. We'll see how they address it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I get a sneaking feeling that they're going to keep, deferring this, but
yeah, no, it's absolutely. And I don't really have any confidence that any of these shows, except for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., are going to address it.
Yeah.
So, which is a real big shame, because this is like a big thing that they should all, if they're not going to interact, when you have a big event like this happen, it should involve everything that they have out that is attached to the MCU. But until then, adios, Cloak and Dagger. We hardly knew you. Just don't want to get to know you anymore.
Simple enough. All right. Well, it's been rated. We put these episodes on the board. If you want to tune back in and check out some of our previous reviews, episodes 1 through 4, that is on our channel. If you want to get our take on that. But otherwise, hey, if you're watching, keep enjoying. If not, hope you find something else cool to watch soon. But
if you like this show and you think that as time goes on that it has improved greatly, and you feel as though you need to tell us how wrong we were, feel free to email us and let us know, and maybe we'll tune back in.
Sure. Or drop us a comment, drop us a line about that if there's something awesome to warrant attention. We want to know.
Yeah.
So, but all right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Till next time, take it easy. Have a good one. Hey people, thank you for tuning into this episode and taking a listen. If you like our content, if you like what you're listening to, if there anything to go over, hey, please, we would not only love to hear more from you, but if great if you could throw some support. You can subscribe right below. Also, you can toss us a line anytime. That's ksongmedia@gmail.com. Of course, you can tune in for our channel anytime for movie reviews, game reviews, a lot of random wacky stuff. Who knows what you'll hear. And of course, our episode each week where we're bringing the nerdiest things we can find, dig up, and maybe not find. Maybe the stuff that just drops in our laps. But anyway, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We hope to hear from you again later. Take care.